Okay, today we're shooting a video of how to put the 2.1 operating system in a Samsung Moment. We have a Samsung Moment right here. It's got the 2.1. You can see the interface is a little bit different. You have to slide now to get into the phone. Anyway, let's throw that Moment aside. This one's a Moment with the normal operating system. Let me boot this thing up. We're charging. When you do this, you want to have a fully charged battery for the thing. So you can see I have it plugged into the wall. I'm just going to let this thing boot up, and you're going to see that it's the Samsung and Sprint Android 1.5 that's still in this phone, and I'm going to show you step by step of how to get it into the new Eclair 2.1. It's going to take a minute for this thing to boot up. When you do this, you definitely want to have a fully charged battery when you're putting in a new ROM. Okay, there we go. And of course you have to touch the menu button to cut the phone on. As you can see, it is the 1.5 fully charged, ready to go. I'm going to show you how to back this thing up. There you go. I'm actually going to go ahead and put this thing on USB mode. Alright, I have it plugged in on this end of the phone. I'm actually going to have to plug the thing into the USB port of my computer, and let's see if it finds the telephone. Okay, installing device drivers. You can see on my Windows 7 it says my device is ready to use. Okay, so now if you're using a Samsung, it's pretty simple. On the top of the Samsung, there's actually a little pull down menu. You pull that menu down, you can see there's a little USB icon on there. So you pull the menu down and it says USB connected. Click on that and it's going to ask me if I connected, and I won't be able to use my phone. I'm just going to use it as a storage. Yes. So I'm going to mount it, and this way I can get into the phone. Now you can see on my computer the pop-up box pulled up, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to save my files. Those of you who don't know how to do this, you can just pull out the little card in the back. Okay, now this is a friend of mine's phone, so he's got files in here of pictures and music and whatnot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open up my computer, go into my holding tank, which I use for all my storage of everything, and you can see, I don't know if you can read this or not, but I already have backups for my phone and my wife's phone. I'm going to go ahead and create a new folder. There we go. I'm going to name it Darren. That's the name of my friend. There you go. And we're going to open Darren's folder. Blank folder. I'm going to go ahead and just pull all this stuff over. There's no need to keep it on his card anymore. He's got the standard 2 gig in this Moment. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight everything. And I'm just going to go ahead and, instead of copy here, since I don't care about copying, I want to move it. So now it's going to move everything that's on his telephone, his pictures, his contacts, anything that he has backed up. He's using a couple of software items that actually store and back up what he's done. So that's all going to be here in the computer and ready to go back onto the card when the phone is done. Okay, now that we've backed everything up, all you have to do is pull down the menu button on the Samsung again, and you can see that it says turn off USB storage, which we're going to do. Just click on it and it asks me again, you want to turn it off, blah blah blah. Yes, let's turn it off, and it's going to remount that 2 gig card back into the Samsung, but just as a regular stock 2 gig card, nothing on it. It's all in Windows 7 on the computer. Okay, now that we've copied all the files and I've turned off the phone, I'm actually going to take the USB cord out and let's turn it off. Power off. Okay. Phone shutting down. This next step you have to do with the phone totally unplugged from the computer, or if it's not gonna work. This phone has a case on it. So we're gonna pull that off. Okay. Pulling out the battery. For some reason it says when you update these things you have to pull out the battery. So we're gonna go ahead. I pulled out the battery. I'm gonna put it back in. I'm just gonna leave the back cover off. Leave it like that. Okay, to get this thing where you're going to change the ROM, you have to hold in the side keys and the power key. One on the camera, one on the volume down, and then one on the power on and off button. Now, you can see it says downloading. It's waiting for me to plug it back into the computer. It says do not turn off the target. So what we did was earlier we had already copied and downloaded all the files, so I'm going to go ahead and plug this back into the computer. Now this is using the Samsung cord again. You can see I'm going to plug it right straight into the USB, the special Samsung cable. There, now it's plugged in. Sorry, it's a little dark over here. I'm just making this video in my kitchen. Anyway, let me lay down the phone. The battery is back in. The phone is laying there waiting to be uploaded with the new software.